Hey guys, it's Marshall from Limited Resources, and we're doing M13 8.4 here, so let's just dive right in. A little adjustment here, and we've got a reasonable pack here with some fairly spicy stuff. Maybe not spicy, but some fairly value-heavy stuff at least. There's a Roaring Primadox, Primal Hunt Beast, a Griffin Protector, a Murder, and a Prey Upon. Nothing else on this in this pack. Oh, excuse me, an Attended Knight. Really catches my eye. I'm just going to be taking the Murder here. I mean, I know it's not the most exciting pick, but it's the best card here. It's also, arguably Prey Upon is as good as Murder. I've had some really sweet stuff, but Murder just is good on its own, doesn't care about what else you have, and I value that pretty highly. I open up a sweet mythic, but it's also a 10 drop. Doesn't really do anything in limited, unfortunately. So some of the things we're looking at here, well, there's a Timberpack Wolf, an Aven Squire, Guardians of Akraza, maybe a Crippling Blight, or a Mog Flunkies. I think I just like the Aven Squire here. I just think it's the best, the most efficient creature. I mean, I guess Mog Flunkies can make an argument for that as well if you draft a deck that really wants it, but I really think this is the way to go here. Okay, taking a little bit of a different turn potentially, but we've got a few options. So there's a Cower in Fear, which is good. It definitely does some things, wrecks some decks, and you're pretty happy to have one in your pile. There's also an Augur of Bolas, which is kind of a good control card. A Blade Tusk Boar beats down pretty good. An Evolving Wells, which opens up a lot of doors for you. There's also a Sign of Blood, a Ravenous Rats, and a Tormented Soul. Fervor, unfortunately, just kind of sucks. Not a very good card. Not worth a card, at least. Tormented Soul could potentially go on our deck if we end up being with a bunch of Exalted. I think a Sign in Blood would be pretty sweet as well. I don't know that we need to pick up a Tormented Soul this early is kind of the thing. So I think I'm going to take the Cower in Fear here. This lets us be a little bit more controlling if that ends up being the route that we go. All right, there's a Harbor Bandit, a Giant Scorpion, Duress, and a Sign in Blood. Again, I would like one Sign in Blood in my pile by the end of this thing. I think I'm going to take the Harbor Bandit, though. I'm not sure where we're going to go from here, but I think I'd rather have that than the Giant Scorpion. Maybe we even end up in blue. All right, looks like I'm going to be able to get a Sign in Blood since there's really not many decks that want 3 of them. And I'll just take the Duskmantle Prowler here. Not a whole lot going on. I guess there's a Rewind, but there's no real reason to take it. Not a lot going on here either. These packs have been pretty dry. Archaeomancer if we want to go deep on something. Ring of Thune if we do end up staying in white would probably be the best card. I'm going to take the Archaeomancer here. Just, I don't know. Not really giving out much. Primal Clay or Chandra's Fury. I'll take the Primal Clay. This keeps us still open. I think as we go into pack 2, we're going to have a much better idea of where we're actually at here. I'll take the Entrancer. Sure. Maybe we end up blue-black like in a Control-y type list. This is the pack that we opened. It still doesn't really have much in it. Take a Bloodthorn Vampire. Probably not going to make the cut, but the white has just completely not been there. The pack we opened had a Attended Knight, and then we see the Aven Squire that we did pick, and there's just nothing else. Is there anything that we really care about here? Not a lot. This is just a bad pack. I guess I'll take a Battle Jester. None of these really do anything. We don't really know where our deck's going yet. Yeah, Ravenous Rats get in there. I guess I'll take a Mark of Mutiny, but don't plan on running it. Same thing with Downpour. And same thing with Cleaver Riot. All right, so this next pack should guide us. So we're likely in black. We might be black-blue. We might be black-white or black-red. Don't really know yet. These packs are pretty blah. All right, all types of sweet stuff here. Talrand's Invocation, there's a Fog Bank, and a Pacifism. Gonna take the Invocation. Main reason is because we already have an Archaeomancer, and I really like that combo there, so I think we're just gonna do that. Bloodhunter Bat or a Divination or even an Evolving Wilds. Probably just a Blood Hunter bad. I don't want this many 4-drops, but yeah, that's where we're at. Yeah, these packs are just horrible. I'm going to take the Divination here. Not very happy about it, though. These packs are just awful. There's a Fairy Invaders. I guess we'll take that. Bunch of flyers and some ground things to kind of clog it up and then just get in there and win, I think. Servant of Neferox. Redirect's just okay. Like, when you get it off, it's sweet, but when you don't, and when you have to leave up mana and you don't do other things, it's pretty bad. Yeah, multiple Ravenous Rats probably isn't bad, but I'll take the Servant here. I think I'm actually just going to take this unsummon. We still don't really have many ways to interact with our opponent's board, and I think with a whole bunch of flyers, just getting something out of the way is probably sweet. Maybe we'll get back one of these 2 cards. Probably just a negate. The JMD Tome's probably not unreasonable in this deck either, at least as an option. Maybe if we don't put it in there in the main. All right, here's a little bit of spice here with the Trading Post. We'll take that. Can't do anything super broken with it, but I just found it has a lot of utility. Pretty good limited card, it turns out. All right, not much going on here. We'll take the Harbor Serpent just because we are in blue, and maybe we just want some big, beefy, dragony thing for the end. Again, just nothing here. These packs have just been bad. I'll take a Courtly Provocateur here. You bet. Welcome. That's all you got to do if you want to join the clan. Just hit me up, send me a message. All right. We have a blue-black deck. It is not very good yet. Let's see what we get. If we open up some sweet rare, just to get a run of 2 or 3, 2-drops or removal spells or something, then this thing will shape right up for us, I think. We have a reasonable game plan here with kind of some flyers and then some guys on the ground and then some value grinding with like Divination and Archaeomancer, but it's not great. We don't do much at the beginning either. And this pack just kind of sucks too. Master of the Pearl Trident is just not amazing. This guy's not even a Merfolk. He's a Vidalcan. Human Wizard. Yeah, I mean, it just doesn't do anything. So I kind of like Sign in Blood or Duty Bound Dead, and I think I'm just going to go for the Duty Bound Dead here. We actually didn't get back a Sign in Blood, which is kind of weird, but I think we'll be able to get one and not be too worried. More nothingness for us. There is a Fog Bank, however, and I will take it. Does a good job of holding off while we can get our air assault set up. Okay, there's a Sleep. That's definitely something to consider. There's a Pacifism, which I believe we already have one of anyway, so we could try to prioritize like a Mana Fixer, although we already passed an Evolving Wild, so it's probably too late for that plan. I think our deck can use Sleep. Yeah, Tormented Soul would go too, but let's do Sleep. Although this is so many 4-drops now, it's getting very weird. Not what we want. Okay, so there's a Switcheroo and a Windrake. There's also... Yeah, we don't need that. So just a Switcheroo or a Windrake, really. Man, there's some decent cards in this pack, though, for sure. So Switcheroo is a card I'm actually pretty down on. Not a big fan of that one. But we've got Ravenous Rats, which we can ship off. Duty Bound Dead, which we don't really care about that much. And then, like, we've got Archaeomancer, which we can send over to their side, or even like a Vidalcan Entrancer. So I think Switcheroo's the pick here. I think it's the most powerful upside. Definitely higher than a Windrake, although I'd really like a Windrake in this deck. I can't lie. All right. Nothing for us. Just straight up nothing. So I'm going to cut the Prey Upon. Super depressing. More just nothing for us. I guess we could take a redirect and just try to go big. The Deadly Recluse is going to be a big issue for our deck, though. Yeah, I think this is just one of those cases where, like, we're in the wrong colors. Green, I mean, there's not a ton going on, but there seemed to be, like, a reasonable amount of green stuff happening. Don't care about Reckless Brute. Don't really care about any of these except for this one. None of these also do anything. This is not a card I like very much, but it certainly does have that upside. If you've ever been gotten by a redirect, you know what I'm talking about. It stings, man. That thing can put a big hurt on you. None of those I care about. I don't think we're going to run the Tormented Soul here. Don't have that much Exalted. We're kind of trying to hold the fort and set up guys that can actually get in. I don't know if I want to run all these 4-drops, but I might. I need to make 2 cuts as it sits. Sleep with Archaeomancer is good. Archaeomancer with Talrand's Invocation is obviously good. We've got a lot of flyers. I might just cut the Serpent. This is starting to look like a deck. Provocateur might not be very good. It's pretty good with the Serpent, but let's take a look here. Yeah, maybe. One negate seems fair, I think. We are going to run the redirect because we just kind of have to get big here. Entrancer, Archaeomancer, Sleep, Invocation, Fairy, Switcheroo, and not the Serpent most likely. No, we didn't even pick that other, what's it called, that I thought we had. Duty Bound Dead. Probably. We need some curve fillers here. I guess it's not that bad. Curve-wise. Need another creature, though. Provocateur. What does that work well with? I guess it works well with, like, little reach spiders, like the little Deadly Recluse. We can make him do it. Could cut Entrancer. Does seem it's certainly the least aggressive card I have, but it's one of the least aggressive cards, but it's also like kind of value, just holding down the ground. Could do like this. Harbor Serpent does seem like a nice 6 to have in the deck. We're going to be running quite a few islands here. Provocateur, what does that work well with? Let's pull down the spells. Sometimes I do this. So of the creatures we have, who do we want to jam? Like this one obviously blocks really well, but the Breast don't. They just don't. So I'm going to cut the Provocateur. I never really thought that card was very good anyway. I think the deck looks best like this. I think we're going to be... It's suggesting 10-7, and I can see why. We've got all these double blues, but we do have a Murder and a Cower and Fear, which are going to be late game plays. Maybe this is actually just a 10-7. Yeah, I think this actually is. I mean, I want to be able to cast this, and then I want to be able to turn 4 Invocation like every time. All right, let's do it.